Welcome back. You're watching Power Breakfast on CNBC TV 18. Now, the government has hit 112% of its full-year fiscal deficit target in just the first 9 months. While this is manageable, in the last 3 months, the total revenue receipts collected so far is not painting a rosy picture. Lata Venkatesh is here with more, giving us a breakdown of all those numbers. Lata.
Well, the writing was on the wall when the revised budget estimates were presented on February 1st. Okay, fiscal deficit is 12% more than what it should be in the full year. This happens very often when you reach December, January, and then the government starts cutting its expenditure. But look at the tax revenue receipts. Tax revenue, I'm not looking at all revenues. Tax revenue receipts for the full year should be 14.84 lakh crore. Actually, the budget pushed up. It was originally 14.80 in the previous budget. They have actually pushed it up in the revised budget to 14.84. But what have they got to show from April to December? Just 9.36 lakh crore, which is, around 60%. Now, in just 3 months, that is in 25% of the time, are you going to make up 40% of the shortfall? It looks like a near impossibility, especially when you see the slowdown in auto companies and two-wheelers, and so even corporate profits are not going to be as robust as one thought. Therefore, this looks like a near impossibility that you're going to get to 14.84 lakh crore in tax revenues. Total spending has done well than it did in the same 9 months last year. 18.32 lakh crore versus 17 lakh crore. What hasn't done well is capital spending, only at 2.1 lakh crore. The budget's asking amount is 3.1 lakh crore. Now, it is anybody's guess where the cut will come when you have to find another 20,000 crore to do the basic income, the farm income payments. This is where the axe is going to fall. You're not going to get enough revenues. Most of the revenue spending is already over, some of which can't be avoided, like, interest and salaries. So clearly, you know where the axe is going to fall.
All right, Lata, clearly we know where the axe is going to fall. But more importantly, let's see where the government gets that money to plug that deficit from. But let's talk about the other story that you've been tracking, the Company Law Appellate Tribunal hearing the case of the debt-ridden IL&FS. What transpired there, and is there any hope for lenders?
Yes, there appears to be a ray of hope for those bankers and mutual funds, senior creditors who have lent loans to IL&FS group companies that have enough funds to pay them, that have escrowed accounts, and those escrowed accounts have enough money to meet all their debt obligations. The hope came in the fact that the government, that the NCLAT has asked government and IL&FS to first appoint a retired judge. They suggested the name of one Supreme Court retired judge, D.K. Jain, who will oversee the resolution process. They've also asked government and IL&FS to give them 2 lists of companies which come within India jurisdiction and which are outside. And within the India jurisdiction, companies should be divided into green, amber and red, depending on the amount of money each of these companies have to be able to meet their debt service obligations. Obviously, those that can comfortably meet their debt service obligations, that is, they have what you call a 12-month solvency test, those will be marked as green. That list will have to be submitted. The next hearing is on Feb 11th. We do not know how quickly those that are marked green will be able to get money from these companies. One supposes that will happen only after that judge is appointed and he oversees the process.
Lata, thanks a lot for that. So all those stories are something that we will clearly be watching. But we slip into a short break, come back, and then we talk about another big development that took place last evening. UK clears Vijay Mallya's extradition to India. More on that when we return. Keep it with Power Breakfast.